Okay, so I thought because I was running out of ideas that I was only gonna make one more video left, but I've changed my mind. I'm gonna make this video now and one more video tomorrow. My goal is I've made 99. No, I've made 399 videos so far, I think. And my goal is to make 400 videos and call it a day. But I'm gonna tell you this story, and it's happened to me today, so it's a true story because it did happen. And then I'm gonna make my last video tomorrow. So check this out, right? I'm in town, minding my own business. I get a call. I look at my phone and I don't recognize the number, so I don't answer. The phone goes off again. I'm in the bathroom. I just finished taking a piss, and I was washing my hands. So I answered the phone. I said, "Hey, who's this? Is this Adam?" I says, "No, again, I'm not gonna say my name, but you know who I am." I says, "No, it's not Adam. It's me. It sounds like a phone number." She says, "Oh, I'm sorry." I said to her who I was speaking, and before I can answer her, she hangs up. So I could have been a regular person just like this, but I didn't. So as I'm waiting outside the building to go in to do arts and crafts, so I'm not going to say where because again you know how to say the name of the building because it gets the rules. So as I was waiting outside, my friends pull up and my friends pull up. God, I really think I'm young, don't I? My friends pull up and I'm just, I'm talking to the girl who called me on the phone today. I know who she is. I'm not gonna tell who she is because I know who she is. Let's just call her Mrs. Mystery. I will call her Mrs. Mystery because I don't know if I'm 100% right who she is, but I'm pretty sure by the clothes she's left me that I know who she is. This person hasn't spoken to me in 4 years. Not a message, not a text. Don't even speak to me outside the window. Nothing. And I know it's her. Because this text was getting up all the red flags to the point I knew it was her. Okay? So, halfway went outside to go in, right? Just to get some time, I stop my shit, and I say, "Hey, who are you?" She goes, "Oh, I'm the girl who called you in town an hour ago." I says, "Yeah, but why did you call me? How did you get this number?" "Oh, I don't know. I was trying to call my cousin and you were on my block list." So I says, "Okay, what's your cousin's name? I can probably get him for you. I might know who he is." She goes, "He's my cousin." I face palm and I send the face palm emoji. I says, "Yeah, I know he's your cousin. Just tell me what's his name." And immediately she says his name is Adam. I was shocked because I already know who that was. Right? Then I says, so I placed two. Go, okay, I'll go get him. Who may I say is speaking to me on the phone so I can tell him who's calling? She goes, why do you need to know my name? Get Adam. When a woman tells you to get someone, I already know who I'm dealing with because her attitude towards me was rude. So I kind of stay cool as a cucumber and I just kind of be nice. Just to break the ice. I said, "Yeah, I know that, but you're not telling me who's calling him so I can give him the message." "Yeah, I don't trust you. You sound like a stranger." I face him again and I go, "Wait a minute. You have my phone number and you have my name, but you won't tell me how you got the phone number or who you are." She goes, "No, why should I?" I said, "It's called an introduction. That's how people introduce themselves. That's how we communicate." She says, "Okay." So she got that. But she's still being a pain in the ass. So I just, I go along with the ride. Then I said to her, "Okay, so what's your name? So I can tell Adam that you called." "Nah, I don't want to." So says, "Look, I can't help you unless you help me help you. So what's the deal?" "Well, you're a stranger and I don't know you." I face palm for the fourth and final time, and I'm already annoyed as it is. I'm in the heat. I'm hot and I'm sweating and I'm stinking, and I just wanted to get the and then all of a sudden I felt water on my head and it started to rain. I got a bit cool down and I just blew some steam. I counted to 5 in my head, and I says, "Okay, look, listen. You tell me your name. I'll tell Adam you called. It's going to be confusing. You tell me to get Adam, and he's going to tell me, because that's what people do in the real world, but you don't live in the real world. So, they called. She says, no, just get Adam. I was like, listen, now you're being rude and disrespectful. I'm trying to help you. You don't want me to help you help. You don't want me to help you. So, how is this going to work? Well, you get Adam and I'll tell him I called. Since she knew him as well. So she knew I was bullshitting. I knew I was bullshitting as well. Come on. I know him. I've seen him. I know who he is. I wanted to know who she was. So the plot thinkings, and this is the juicy part. She goes, you know what? And I was like, whoa. Man, slow down. There's no need for you to curse me out, right? I'm pissed off. She drops that F-bomb. And I know she's getting mad at me because when women get mad at people on the phone, they type in all caps with an angry face. I said, listen, you called me twice, and you knew it wasn't your cousin. So why should you call again? I thought it was. I says, you've known your cousin for years. You know what he looks like, and you know what his voice sounds like. So how did you confuse me for him? And she says, I just did. You were on the block list, and I assumed it was him. And I'm thinking, well, don't assume, sweetheart, because it's an ass thought you me. And I didn't say that part, I was thinking it. So I said, listen, we're getting nowhere. Let's just start over again. I didn't tell her my name. I just said my name is Mr. E, because she's Mr. X. I said, my name is Mr. E, because again, I'm not going to go on to say my name, but you already know who I am on YouTube anyway. So I said to her, my name is Mr. E. Just tell me your name and I'll tell him. No, you're a stranger, I don't trust you. I says, wow, I am the stranger. You're the one who called me on my phone with my number. And I said to her, what do you mean you blocked me before? How can you block me? Like I said, I'm playing stupid so she can give me the information, but she's not smart than I take her for. She goes, what do you mean we just met? I says, you called me twice today and sent me 8 messages. That's how I know we just met. You can't block someone if you've just met them today. That don't make no sense. So it said, figuring out that came out stupid, she proceeds to be a piece of crap to me. She goes, you know what? You're effing annoying me, and I'm done with you. Please leave me alone. I'm in this day. Stop calling. I was shocked. I said, wait a minute. I didn't call you. This is how twisted in the game she is. She thinks the world revolves around her. It doesn't. I said to her, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. You called me twice. You called me once in Kingsgate. I can tell you what that is because everybody knows what that is. And again, I was waiting outside to go and arts and crafts. She goes, well, that sounds lovely. You enjoy that. I'm going to block you now. Bye. I'm going to block you again now. Bye. And I'm thinking, what do you mean block me again? You just met me today. So she stopped talking to me. And my last message to her was, I said, listen, we got to a bad start. And I'm apologizing. I'm sorry for how I acted. I just wanted to know your name so I could give it to your cousin Adam. But you don't want my help. That's fine. Peace. Bye. No response. And I know who she is because the clues are all there. The girl who messaged me, she's here in Flight 16. She thinks that I don't know that it's her, and I know it's her. The picture in the background, it's the door in the background of her picture, and she has the same black hair and that nose ring, and I know it's the door in the picture because my door is white and has the silver handle on it, and it has the fire exit on it. And I know it's her. Now again, for purpose reasons, I'm not allowed to give her name because YouTube policies and all that bullshit. but I knew it was her, and she knew I knew it was her because at the end of it all, she blocked me. So she knew it was me. So let me get this straight. You don't speak to me for 4 years. You live in flat 16. You don't speak to me for 4 years, and you play this I thought you were, but you weren't kind of bullshit. You knew I wasn't your cousin, because the first time you heard my voice on the phone, you said, oh, I thought this was my cousin Adam, my mistake. And then, like an idiot, you must be a blonde, but unlike an idiot, you called back to tell me that I didn't call you. And I said to her, I didn't call you because I'm not him. So why did you call twice then? And why did you play it off like I didn't know you when I did know you? I know who it was. I'm not stupid. The red flags and the signs were all there. So I knew it was you. I know for a fact it was you. Just for the record, I'm gonna leave the person's name in the YouTube channel to let you know who it was. I can't say the name personally because YouTube. So in the end of the YouTube video, this was weird. This lady called me up and then pretended that she didn't know me, but she did, because her words to me that I really, and this was one of the biggest red flags ever, were, oh, I've blocked you before, I'm gonna block you again. Now, here's the thing: if this person doesn't know you, they shouldn't say I'm blocking you again. I blocked you before, I'm blocking you again. She should have said, now I'm just gonna block you. She didn't say that. She said I blocked you before and I blocked you again. And in my mind, that clicked straight away when she said Adam's name, and she said that she has my phone number, but she didn't say how she got it, and she said she knew my name, and on top of that she's blocked me before, that this person 100% knows me. And I know she knows me, but she's playing stupid like I don't. I was not born yesterday, sweetheart. Come on. Give me some credit. I know you know I know you. But if you want to play stupid for me, that's fine. Because you haven't spoken to me for 4 years, and I'm fine with that. But don't lie to my face saying you don't know how you got my number. And don't lie to my face saying you don't know my name. Because you do know my name, because you said it twice on the phone. Why do you think I got so shocked when you called me? You hadn't spoken to me for 4 years. I didn't know it was you. I knew it was you. I just wanted to see if it was you or not. It's called being tested. And sadly, because of your real behavior, you failed. You haven't spoken to me in 4 years. You haven't apologized for all the rudeness you were. You haven't apologized for ghosting me. So therefore, I'm not going to help you again. Yes, I knew your cousin, because you've told me the name so many times. It's tattooed in my brain. Do you really think that I forgot your cousin's name was called Adam? The first time you moved in, we met him out of your room. And the reason why I thought it was a dickhead the first time I met him, because his handshake was bullshit. It was aggressive, and he didn't like me the first time he saw me, and I didn't like him, and I knew he was an asshole. I knew he was an asshole because this handshake was limp. I knew he was an asshole because he was mean to me personally for no reason. So I'm sorry, I don't like you because he's a dickhead. It's not a race thing. I don't care where he's from. It was the attitude he gave me 4 years ago when I first met him. That's why I don't like him. Not because of the color of his skin. I'm not like that. I didn't like him because his attitude towards me was biased. He was mean to me the first time I met him, and I was very nice to him for you, because that's what he told me to do. I was nice to him for you, and he slapped my face. Not physically, but mentally. So I'm sorry, but you know what? When you ghost me for 4 years and don't talk to me at all for 4 years and don't mention it's all right back, why should I talk to you and treat you with respect and kindness when you've never done that for me ever? You don't know me. You've known me for 4 years and you just choose not to. There's a difference, sweetheart. You knew it was me. You just didn't care. Because a real human being in this world, when they talk to somebody that they've met for the first time, they need to do three things. One, get to know the person. Two, treat them like equals with respect and kindness. You didn't do that. And three, don't put them down when they're trying to help you. I was only trying to help you and you put me down. So I'm done. Next time you call someone on the phone, you know who they are and you have their phone number. Here's a little hint. Try be nice to them. It helps. Try and live with them and be nice to them. And don't talk like you're from the ghetto because you're not from the ghetto. I can't stand people that talk like they're from the hood and the ghetto. For God's sakes, you live in the United Kingdom. Act like you're from the United Kingdom. You're not from LA and you're not from New York. You sure as hell ain't from California or the Bronx. The way you type like bro and homie, it's like dumb. You are not ghetto. Don't act like you're ghetto because you're not ghetto. God damn, I can't stand people that say that. It bothers me. Even when you're typing, it's pissing me off. Honest to God, I can't stand people like that. I always hate that. To me, when you pretend you're from the ghetto and you're not, it's downright disrespectful. You didn't grow up in the hood. You didn't grow up in the ghetto. You grew up in the United Kingdom. Come on. Some people, man. And the problem with this world is when people think they grew up in the hood, and they think they're ghetto, and they're not, that's when it really bothers me. I was in LA. I was in California. I've been around real people that have actually grown up in the ghetto and actually grown up in the hood. You haven't. For God's sakes, you're middle class and you're British. Don't act like you're from the ghetto because you're not. You don't know what the ghetto is. You've never been in the ghetto. You hear that street slang talk on movies and you think that's how people like that talk? They don't. That's called acting. And some of the actors, yeah, okay, have grown up in the ghetto. Like Snoop Dogg and Will Smith and Samuel Jackson. They've grown up in the ghetto. Oh, and Ice Cube. They've grown up in the ghetto. You watch movies like Friday and Next Friday and you think all of a sudden you're ghetto? You could copy and paste them all you want. At the end of the day, you're not from the ghetto. So stop acting like you're from the ghetto because you're not from the ghetto. I can't stand people that do that. It bothers me. Speak where you're from and don't act where you're from. Meaning, where you're born in that country, you speak the Queen's English. None of that slang crap because it don't fly with me. Especially when you think when you're from the ghetto and you're not. You're not from the goddamn ghetto. Act where you're from, not where you think you're from.